everyone, Siren here, talking to you today from my Harry Potter style under the stairs studio. Today I'm going to be talking to you about the different stages of advancing a show, showing you some example itineraries and talking further about PRS and PPL. The advancing process begins once the offer has been received by the manager from the promoter. He will look over the offer to see what fee is being given to the artist, to see where the show is, who else is proposed on the lineup and if that suits where the artist needs to be. He'll also be looking at what else is included in the offer. This could be things such as travel and accommodation, where the promoter will pay and organise the travel and the hotel. It could be a landed or all-in deal, which means the artist must pay and organise all of his own travel and accommodation. Or it could be just including hotel or just including travel. Anything that is included is to be organised and paid for by the promoter, otherwise paid for by the artist themselves. If the deal includes travel and accommodation, the manager will liaise directly with the artist to decide which flights or which trains, which hotel best suit him where he wants to stay. When confirming the deal, the booking agent will also need to ensure that the promoter agrees to the artist's hospitality and technical rider. Here is an example of a technical rider. And here is an example of a hospitality rider. The end result of advancing a show results in an itinerary. An itinerary needs to outline everything that the artist needs to know in order to go to the show, because this is what they're going to look at. The artist will need to know where the show is, the address of the venue, who their day of show contact is. They'll need to know who else is on the lineup, their set time, what time they need to arrive at the venue by. If they're getting picked up by a driver provided by the venue, they'll need to know the driver's name and number, vehicle make and registration, and what time they're arriving. If they're travelling to a different country, they'll need to know the flight they're taking, the flight number, what time they need to get to the airport, what airport they're flying from, who's meeting at the other end, and also the hotel that they're staying at, a contact for somebody there, and the address of the hotel. Here is an example of an itinerary. These itineraries will be sent out to the artist, the tour manager, anyone in the travel party, and the manager, and also you could send a copy to the promoter. Often promoters will create their own itineraries for the event, which they'll send out to you to send to your artist, but I've always found that it's best practice to add in all the extra information that I mentioned before, because the promoter might not know some of the staff or doesn't feel like it's necessary, but you want to cover all bases so that your artist knows absolutely everything that they need to know. There are other elements to advancing a show, such as when visas are involved, if an artist is going on a tour and there's connecting flights, interstate flights, who pays for them, who organises the travel to the airports, but that's something I'll come back to in another video. In my last video, I talked about PRS and PPL and collecting royalties for artists, and I just wanted to talk further about that in this video and explain much more about them. PRS and PPL are the UK's two music collecting societies. PRS is the Performing Rights Society and PPL is the UK's music licensing company. PRS will pay royalties when your song is streamed or downloaded, played on TV or radio, or performed in public. As an artist, you become a member of PRS and you then register your works, which are your songs, and you report your shows. When registering a work on PRS, you need to know the CAE number, which is a unique number given to every writer, composer, author. You will also need the song title, ideally the duration, and also to any names of anyone who might have previously remixed or done something with the track. Once the work, the song, is in the database, anytime it's played, you will earn a royalty for that. During normal times, when artists can go out and play shows, which obviously we can't at the moment, you would then go in, say twice a year, every 6 months, and you would report all of the shows that you played and you would submit the playlist of tracks that you played at that show. Ideally, you would be playing a lot of your own tracks, so once they're in the system, that's how you get royalties, and then any other artist tracks that you've played, they would get the royalties for those. PPL license venues to play music. That includes radio stations, TV broadcasting, certain digital outlets. If you go into a shop and you hear music being played, it's been licensed by PPL. The knowledge I learnt whilst working for Sophie Kennard about PRS and PPL and advancing has helped me now as an artist. This year I released my first 2 tracks, and I now have to become a member of PRS and PPL, register my works, get my CAE number, so that I myself can earn royalties. And if you enjoyed part 4 of my journey, please hit like, and if you would like to hear part 5, then please hit subscribe.